I'm trying to mix the mealworms in, so the birds have to kind of dig for the mealworms, and that keeps them around a little longer for you to view them when they look not bad. I mean, they have to dig when they're in the wild anyway, so just make it a little more like what they do in nature is not necessarily a bad thing. I moved this feeder here up because it gets a lot more action than the feeder back here. I'm gonna have to kind of check the Niger seed in that feeder. I don't know if it's too old or what, but I might get a lot of action on that. When the American goldfinches come, uh, that feeder will be covered with as many as 10 birds at a time. So I've only seen one or two American goldfinches here at the feeder so far. So apparently they haven't migrated down here in earnest. I know they're up in North Alabama, but I haven't seen many here. Of course, I don't have a whole lot of food sources for them, uh, except for the Niger seed, and they do eat seed. We have seen the cedar waxwing landed on our groundwater basin down there, but we don't have a lot of berries in that. That's primarily what cedar waxwings eat. We have seen, thanks to Alexander, who identified the yellow rumped, I think myrtle warbler, who's been here twice so far. That's the second sighting, so we're excited about that. Uh, I'll replace the suet balls here when they drop down a little more. Just want them to feed on that a little more. About to change out the water. I don't want to put too much feed also in some of these platform feeders. We got rain coming probably Friday night and into Saturday. If you put too much feed in these platform feeders and the birds don't consume it all, when rain comes, that moisture sinks down to those seeds, and those seeds start to actually germinate, and then that can cause mold and can cause kind of disease for your birds. So make sure and don't overfill your platform feeder, especially if you know you got rain coming. Try to let them eat it down if it will. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you around. Filling up the feeder here. And you notice I use a trowel. I guess one of these. You can use anything else, but I used to kind of do it with my hands, but you never know with birds around and diseases and stuff, whether you can get, some avian type virus and that. So now I started using a trowel, or this is actually for doing concrete, so you point up mortar with it. But anyway, started using that just instead of handling the seed. Even though I wash my hands when I get in, it's just probably the best idea that you don't get your hands all involved with the seed. We have rain coming tomorrow night. It's supposed to be strong thunderstorms on Saturday, so trying to fill these up, but not too full, because as I mentioned earlier today, putting too much in these platform feeders, and then it rains, that moisture sinks down, gets to the seed on the bottom, the seed gets traps some moisture and it germinates. so it can cause mold, fungus, and turn bad pretty quick. So I don't want to overfill these platform feeders, knowing especially when rain's coming. If you know you got 5 days ahead of you, you want to get lazy and not have to fill your feeders. It's okay to put a fair amount of seed in the feeder, platform feeders, because they can be eaten up over 4 or 5 days by the birds. But if you know you got inclement weather coming, it's best not to overfill your feeders. Anyway, that's another tip. Hey guys, just changed out this back feeder, Niger seed in the other one, and I'm getting a whole lot of action, so I'm going to try a different food. What I'm doing here, with all the rain we've been having, this seed got kind of wet, so I wanted to test it out. Normally I don't put my hands in the feed, you don't know what kind of germs, mites, or whatever you get on your hands. So, but I needed to feel the moisture of what it is. I think of the seed. I think I can turn some of this over and it'll dry out and it'll do okay. What I don't want it is to stay settled down, the moisture settle to the bottom, and then that feed germinate, and then mold and stuff start to form, and that's bad for the birds. So I'm stirring this around, let it kind of turn over and dry out. I think it's okay to do that. In this case, last week we had like 4 days of rain in a row, so I had to just totally dump that feed out. But I think this one's going to be okay. If I stir it around and redistribute it to where the other it'll air dry. I hate to throw away seed, but in the interest of the birds' health, I just want to make sure that they have good food source. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in, and it means a lot to me to subscribe, and makes it easier for you to come back to this channel too as a subscriber. And if you turn on notifications, you can be notified of future videos that I put out. I occasionally do video clips from what goes on at these feeders. Like I put one out this morning on a woodpecker pecking another woodpecker. The dogs next door are saying hello to me and you. But I called it Feeder Wars, the video I put out. So if you're a subscriber, you can go out and check that video on that channel. Anyway, thanks so much again. I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to share the birds here. God is good, provides. Nature provides. And anyway, have a great day and evening where